Hello, BookTube. It's a rainy morning. I've been here in the library since very early this morning organizing books for a book sale. Uh, Boy, the cellar is absolutely full. Can't even hardly walk around. Right before I closed last night, a gentleman drove up in a Jeep with a trailer and had 15 boxes of books on everything from flying in the Arctic bush country to climbing Mount Everest to sailing. You just never know what you're going to see. It's exciting, but it can be a bit overwhelming. But only a couple weeks, and we'll have our book sale, and then I'll have my cellar back. But I'm here to do the Book Snob book tag. It's an original tag by Tia and all the books, and I was tagged by Steve Donahue. So thank you. So get right to it. The first prompt is Adaptation Snob. Do you always read the book before you see the movie? I do not. Or the TV show. Right now I'm watching The Expanse. I've read the first Expanse book. Love the TV show. And the book's okay, but I probably won't read the rest of them. I'll just continue on with the television show. And I've seen movies where I've read the book and preferred the movie. I've seen movies where I've read the book and I preferred the book, so it just matters how it all works out. Number 2, format snob. If you had to choose only one format for the rest of your life, print, electronic, or audio, which would it be? Well, it would not be audio. I've never really been able to get along with audio. I know some people love it, and that's fine. Electronic, I think the whole notion of electronic books was a bit oversold. Everything replaces everything. We're an all or nothing culture, right? But that's not true. Electronic books have their place, nowhere near what was promised. Databases, such as medical databases, stuff on the laws, the sciences that need to be changed quickly, I think do better in electronic format. But for reading, other than that, and reading a individual work, for me it's print. And of course print has multiple formats, but paperback, trade paperback, graphic novels, comic books, your regular hardback. I do think the electronic books, one place they had an impact on print books is mass market paperbacks. When you travel, when you go places, an e-reader is wonderful because you can carry multiple titles. They're all there for you. And so in that way, but I would, print is print. It's going nowhere. It's not leaving us. So I would prefer print. Number 3, ship snob. Would you date or marry a non-reader? So I just learned it's this ship phrase. For me, a ship is a ship, but I'm getting hip. Ship snob. Would you date or marry a non-reader? I did. My wife is athlete. She's very good with computers. She doesn't read a whole bunch and has no interest in it, and that's just fine. There's more room in the house for books that are owned by me, and she's very good about that. And all the trophies in the house belong to her. Number 4, genre snob. You have to ditch one genre and never read it again. What would it be? Well, I think it would be self-help. I do occasionally read them, and a lot of times it's because of the library, and I'm trying to purchase them for other folks to read. I never like them. Most meet with a bunch of skepticism from me, and I think I could do quite well without self-help books. Number 5, uber genre snob. You only read one genre for the rest of your life. Which would it be? Well, that'd be sort of sad, wouldn't it? It's like that all or nothing question with the format. I mean, if you're a person who listens to audiobooks, reads print books, and uses an e-reader, that means you're taking advantage of the world you live in. But a genre. Number one, genres are usually just marketing tools anyway, but for the rest of my life, I'd probably read, well, I know I'd read nonfiction. Well, I don't know what that was. Something just banged against my door there. So yeah, I would read nonfiction. I love books about the sea, travel, all that sort of thing. So if you call nonfiction a genre, actually it's probably too broad. You could call travel writing a genre. So I'd read history. Number 6, community snob. Which genre do you think receives the most snobbery from the bookish community? Well, I know what it is, working in a library. And I got examples of it this week when people will call and see if they could donate books. And they would always say, not always, but I would hear it quite frequently, well, they're just romances. And my comment's always, good, that means they sell. You're done reading them, somebody else would love to read them, and yeah, so I would think it's romance novels. And number 7, Snobbery Recipient. Have you ever been snubbed for something you've been reading or for reading in general? Not for reading in general. I like comic books. I've had the occasional comment about that. I've had people comment when I'm reading a big old history book, or how do you read that stuff? So dry, it's so boring, which isn't true. So I have run into it, not a lot with like fiction genres. If I'm reading a sci-fi book, a lot of times somebody will come up and say, hey, well, that looks cool, or, mystery, or might strike up a conversation. But actually, honestly enough, I think probably if you're reading a big old history book or something, people just sort of look at you and wonder how you're staying awake. But be that as it may. So the only thing left to do here, this was not a very long video. I hope I didn't run through it too fast. Very good, very interesting. I'd like to tag Bookish North, PK's Books, and Ernest Lee Eston, and anybody else who's interested in this. Thank you, BookTube.